Hi, hello, namaste. Welcome back to Needs of Children. We are discussing about 10th Standard English Medium History, Unit number 3, continued part of the impact of British rule in India. In the previous session, we get the information about the introduction for the impact of British rule in India, administrative and judicial system. In that, civil services, the judicial system, police system, military system. Let's come to we are going to get in this session more information about the continued part. Land taxes policies. The East India Company had to pay 4 lakh pounds to the British government for its control over Bengal Province. In order to fulfill this commitment, the company had to stabilize its financial interests in a secure manner. Hence, it implemented many new land tax policies. So here, the British East India Company, it's a private company. It has to be pay 4 lakh pounds to the British government for its control over the Bengal Province. Can you see here this part of area? This is the Bengal Province. To control over this Bengal Province, British East India Company has to pay 4 lakh pounds to British government. So in order to fulfill this commitment, the British East India Company had to stabilize its financial interests in a secure manner. Hence, it implemented many new land tax policies. So let's come to which are the land tax policies. Among that, the first one, it is called as Permanent Zamindari System. Permanent Zamindari System was implemented by Lord Cornwallis. A new land tax policy in Bengal and Bihar regions during 1793 in order to generate steady revenue per annum. This was called Permanent Zamindari System. So, Lord Cornwallis introduced the new land tax policy in the Bengal and Bihar regions in the year 1793, especially to generate the revenue per annum. The system, it is called as Permanent Zamindari System. So let's come to what are the very important features of this Permanent Zamindari System. Under this, Zamindar became the land owner. The first one, this is considered as Zamindar became the land owner. And the second one, the Zamindar was expected to pay the agreed land taxes to the company on a set date every year. So this is the second feature of the Permanent Zamindari System. Whereas third one, he was free to collect any amount of land taxes from the farmers and could retain the excess money collected. So under this system, Zamindari became the land owner. The Zamindar was expected to pay the agreed land taxes to the company on a set date every year. He was free to collect any amount of land taxes from the farmers and could retain the excess money collected. And the fourth one, this benefited the Zamindar more. If the Zamindar was unable to collect land taxes due to floods and famine and pay the company the ownership of lands was taken away by the company. So that is one more the drawback of Permanent Zamindari System. And Zamindar and the company were benefited by maximum by this system. But the farmers were the grave sufferers. The system created a new social gap that aided the British. Whereas the farmers, the farming laborers suffered due to irregular working opportunities in the farming lands. The ninth one, they were exploited and had to lead a life of insecurity. The system was extended to in the areas of Bihar, Odisha, Andhra and Varanasi regions later. According to Charles Metcalfe, the Indian farmers were born in debt, lived in debt and died in debt due to the land tax policies of the British. So these are the major features or characteristics of the permanent Zamindari system. And the next one, that is called as Mahalwari system. So under this Mahalwari system, the British East India Company government entered an agreement at the level of Mahals with regard to payment and land tax in Uttar Pradesh, in many parts of Madhya Pradesh, Punjab and Delhi. So here the government, British East India Company, entered an agreement with the levels of Mahals with regard to payment of land tax in the places of Uttar Pradesh, in some parts of Madhya Pradesh, Punjab and Delhi. Here Mahal means taluk. The concept this was given by R.M. Bird and James Thomson. They implemented the Mahalwari system. There were differences in the implementation of this system from one region to another region. So as we are going to be, these are the two important persons, among that R.M. Bird and he is the James Thomson. So as the big and small zamindars were a part of this system. Under this, the big and small zamindars were part of this Mahalwari system. Since the company officials fixed more land tax than the expected production from the fields, many zamindars had to lose their ownership of the lands. The marginal farmers and agricultural laborers who were dependent on these zamindars also suffered due to this. So as the big and small zamindars were become the part of this system, since the company officials fixed more land tax than the expected production from the fields, many zamindars had to lose their ownership of the lands, and especially the marginal farmers and agricultural laborers who were dependent on these zamindars were also suffered a lot by the Mahalwari system. So then one more the concept, it is called as Rayatwari system. Rayatwari system was implemented in Mahal region by Alexander Reed in the year 1792. So in the place of Mahal region, that is by Alexander Reed in the year 1792. The system was later implemented in Madras and Mysuru regions by Thomas Munro in 1801. So this later implemented in Mysuru and Madras region by Thomas Munro in the year 1801. Most of these regions had become the part of British Empire by that time. So most of the part of regions, Mysuru and Madras regions, so most of these parts were under the control of the British Empire. Under the Mahalwari system, both the farmer and the company were directly linked. Farmer and company were directly linked. The tiller of the land was recognized as the owner of the land. Tiller is owner of the land. The owner had to pay 50% of produced as the land tax to the company government. The land tax had 30 years tenure. So the agreement that is considered as the 30 years. The owner had to pay 50% of produced as land tax to the British East India Company. The agreement between the land tax, it was 30 years. The land tax could be revived after this term. Though small farmers were given land ownership, they were subjected to more suffering due to heavy land taxes. Even the officials took punitive actions to collect the land taxes. The farmers had to borrow from the money lenders whenever the crops were failed. So these are, apart from this, they had to sell their lands whenever they failed to repay the loans. Though the company government claimed that the new system benefits the farmers, the irony was that more farmers had to lose their lands due to its implementation. So these are some of the drawbacks of Mahalwari system. So overall, these are the three land tax policies which were introduced by Britishers: permanent Zamindari system, Mahalwari system and Mahalwari system. So after this, what are the very important impact of British land tax system? One by one we are going to get the information. Number one, a new class of Zamindars who exploited the farmers was created. The name called as a class of Zamindars who exploited the farmers was created. The farmers who were subjected to the exploitation of Zamindars became landless slowly. So the exploitation of Zamindars became landless slowly. Land became a commodity. Loans could be raised by the mortgaging the lands. That is the one of the very important cruel condition. It was created by the impact of British land tax system. And the fourth one, many Zamindars were had to mortgage their lands in order to pay the land taxes. And the fifth one, the agricultural sector became commercialized and had to grow raw materials needed by the industries back in England. So what their will and wish to grow by the farmers, they should not be grow. What the British they are expecting, what the East India Company expecting, those materials has to be produced. The money lenders became very strong by the end of this land tax system. So these are some of the very important impact of British land tax system. So after the land taxes policies, the concept of the modern education system. The traditional education of Indians was in a practice continuously. Some certain changes occurred in the traditional education system during the rule of Muslim kings during the Middle Ages. Later, new changes occurred during the British rule during 18th century. So what are those changes occurred during the British in the year 18th century. So we are going to get the more information in the modern education system under the British. New schools were started for the children of British and Europeans living in India, since these facilities were never extended to the locals. It was no use for them. Among that, Warren Hastings facilitated the expansion of the modern education in India in 1781. Has created Calcutta, Madras. Jonathan Duncan, a British individual, started Sanskrit College in Benares in 1792. But it was Charles Grant who pressed for the universalization of British education in India. So in that, Warren Hastings facilitated the expansion of modern education in India 1781. He started Calcutta, Madras universities. Whereas Jonathan Duncan, a British individual who started Sanskrit College in Benares in 1792. But in the Charles Grant, who mainly expressed for the universalization of British education in India. These are the people, they mainly stressed about the implementation of British education in India. Slowly, the expansion of the British education in India received special support after the appointment of Lord William Bentinck in 1828 as the Governor General of India. Lord William Bentinck appointed Macaulay as the member of Governor General's Executive Committee. So Lord William Bentinck appointed Macaulay as the member of Governor General's Executive Committee. Macaulay was also appointed as the chairperson of Committee on Education. So that the report on education submitted by Macaulay in 1835 became the base of the modern education in India. So what we are getting, the present education, it is on the basis of Lord Macaulay education system. In his policy aimed at the creation of a new class of Indians who are Indian by body but British in intelligence. According to the Macaulay's concept, creation of new class of Indians who are Indian by body but British in intelligence, opinion and taste. The use of English medium in Indian learning system started after 1830s. For this, so colleges, schools, universities were started establishing. Another important development included the establishment of universities in India. The Governor General Lord Dalhousie established universities in Calcutta, Bombay and Madras as per the suggestions of Charles Wood Commission in the year 1854. After this, the education started becoming universalized in India. So let's come to what are the very important, the impact of British education in India. India could develop modernity, secularism, democratic attitudes and rationality along with nationalistic ideals. Impetus was received for the local literature and languages. This facilitated unity in thinking process among the educated class. Periodicals started emerging. These scrutinized the policies and working of the government, which in turn enabled the Indians to have critical opinions on various issues. New social and religious reformation movement movements emerged by the impact of British education in India. The thoughts of thinkers like J.S. Mill, Rousseau, and Montesquieu brought fresh thinking in the minds of educated youth of India. The freedom struggles that were taking place across the globe influenced the Indians also. The Indians could understand and appreciated their rich tradition. So like this, the new thinking of cultural perception that emerged due to the British education system created a new generation of Indians with progressive attitudes. So these are the very important thinkers. There has been in the minds of educated of youth of India. And the freedom struggles are also taking place across the globe of influence to Indians. So like this, the new thinking, the new hope, it has been created in the minds of British Indians. So that's it about today's session. I hope you have understood. Till now we are discussed about the land taxes of policies like permanent Zamindari system, Mahalwari system, Rayatwari system, the impact of British land tax system, the modern education system, and the impact of modern education system in India. In case if you are having any doubts related to till now what we are discussed, you can comment in the comment box. I will solve your doubts and I will come back with the next video. Until, keep watching my channel. Thank you. Have a nice day. See you in the next session. Bye bye. Take care.